Hello, new wave of British heavy metal.com here again. It's the 28th of December 2020. Here we'll look at a band from the new wave of British heavy metal days that you might not have heard of or you might not remember, Limelight. Before we do that, if I may make the usual opening request for a favour, and that's if you would please subscribe to the channel. Be a big help and certainly appreciated. Anyway, Limelight. Here's a real under the radar band from back in the Wobham days. In fact, they've got the roots going further back than that. I believe they formed in the late 60s or thereabouts, and were from the Yorkshire area. I think they were based around like Barnsley, Rotherham, Doncaster, that kind of region. And it's a little bit different. I mean, the musical ability for these three is off the charts. It's phenomenal musically, and it's a little bit different as well. It rocks hard, sure enough, it does, but it's not your usual new wave of British heavy metal. They were a bit more refined than many of the bands back then as well, and they got definite progressive and even punk rock influences going on, and it gives a real varied, full sound to everything, and it's really excellent stuff. Given the talent that they had, they really should have been massive, and that's evidenced on this CD, which is the only thing that they've got available on CD, because they didn't put too much out back then for whatever reason. It's formed around the Scrimshaw brothers, and perhaps they didn't make it because I don't know. I kind of got the impression that perhaps they liked to play music, but didn't really want to be rock stars. I don't know. But back then, the only really memory I've got of them is seeing them supporting Saxon, and that was a long time ago. Anyway, when it came round to recording the album, it was done at the Scrimshaw brothers' tiny little home studio, and found a light of day on some unknown label called Future Earth. I don't know anything about them. And despite the home-based recordings and the minuscule record label, a single came out, Metal Man, which did attract some attention. It's a really good song in its own right, and they did get some reasonably meaty support slots and whatnot, but that was about it. They came and went without anyone really noticing them, and that really is a shame, because there's a lot of technical ability here, and they could rip it up, sure enough, but they could do all the proggy pomp bits as well, and it really is a bit different, but oh so enjoyable. I guess stylistically, somewhere bits of Rush, Styx, Blue Oyster Cult, UFO, Wishbone Ash, Thin Lizzy, bit of Diamond Head, that kind of stuff. And if you listen to any of the songs, you'll hear the variation and the, quite frankly, astounding musical ability. I mean, Glenn Scrimshaw, what a guitar player! Quite phenomenal. He can do all the power chords, he can riff it up, and boy, can he solo. It's a bit like, when he lets rip, it's a bit like, well, Ted Turner and Andy Powell used to do in the early Wishbone Ash days, and there were two of them, but there's only one Glenn Scrimshaw, and he can do just as good as Ted Turner and Andy Powell put together. Marvelous stuff. So Limelight, great band from the old days. Went undiscovered, under the radar. Picked this up and marvel at just how good they were. It's fantastic stuff. And it really is a shame that they didn't go on to bigger things. As always, there is a link in the description to the Amazon album on Amazon, if you'd like to check it out there. And there's a link back to the blog post on the website if you'd like to read that as well. Well, I would recommend that you check them out. They're really fine band. They were from back then. So that's all I'll say on them. Great band, really were. Please subscribe to the channel, a little reminder about that if you haven't already. And as always, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and take care.